and your life.
All right. So I need some responses from all my viewers out there too. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we want to talk about disciplining your significant other's kids. Do you think that there's a limit or level? And I'm not talking about the kids y'all got together. I'm talking about the kids that they have from a previous relationship or whatnot. What do y'all think about, like, how far should you go? You know, should you just scold them? Should you whoop them? Even, I mean, even if you had a mother's permission or the father's permission, um, like, how far y'all think y'all should go with that? It's interesting to me because you're gonna get all different types of answers, and I'm pretty sure most of us dated or been in relationships or in relationships or married or whatever the case may be, and your significant other got kids or a child from a previously relationship or situation. So it's just like, what should you do if the parent leaves you alone with this child, and you like, well, what should I do if they act up or something like that? You know, me personally, like I don't really whoop my own kids because they already know I don't play. So whooping somebody else's kids is definitely that's a hard pill to swallow. So I'm more of a verbal um, person when it comes to dealing with other people's kids rather than, trying to put my hands on them and stuff like that. Because those situations is touchy where you might think it's cool or, it might be a level that you do with your own kids. It may not be acceptable with somebody else's kids. There's always two sides to the story where it could have been a light tap on the leg or anything, or even a whack with the belt or something on the bottom. And, they might go tell their mother or father that you tried to kill them, that, you was beating the mess out of them or something like that. So that's, something that you have to deal with. So it's just crazy that dealing with situations like that. But I want to hear from some of the people out there viewing the live, like, hit the live feed. Tell me some of y'all experiences out there dealing with children from other relationships, significant others, and whatnot. Let's see where y'all at. Oh, I gotta add some of y'all in. But anyway, so yeah, man, that's like I said, it's a touchy situation. We talking about dealing with kids from previous relationships with your significant other, whether it be, your husband or your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, dealing with their kids and how should you might discipline them when the child is left in your care or left alone with you. So I want to know what do y'all do in those situations? Like, are y'all, if the mother or father say it's cool to whoop them, are y'all whooping them? Are y'all being cautious? Are y'all more of a verbal disciplinarian? What are y'all doing when it comes to um, disciplining your significant other kids in y'all relationships? I know what some people do. I see some people in the live, little bro, I see you, YD. I already know what you do in the situation, so I ain't even gonna ask you. But I see a lot of women tuned in on the live. I see Lynetta. Who else? Misha. Keisha Washington, what's up? Mm, who else? Darisha, Sharonda, my big bro, what's up? So I'm looking for some feedback from some of y'all. Somebody said praying real hard. I get it. I get it. It's a touchy subject, man. It's real touchy when it come down to that. Like, some people got kids that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like your girlfriend or boyfriend, they kids is bad. Like the other parent or the your significant other might be lackadaisical on the discipline, and then you got to deal with this kid. and they just, you know what I'm saying, just unruly. You can't get them to sit down. They tearing up stuff. They running around the house. You just like, what's going on, you know? And you might not want to whoop them, but that might be the only way you get through to them. And then when you whoop them, they gonna act like they dying. So you know what I'm saying? You be damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I just want to know what are some of y'all doing in some of those situations, or what would you do in that situation if you had to discipline your significant other's child because they left them in your care? You know, would you whoop them? Would you talk to them? Give them timeouts? Like, what would y'all do in that situation? Because it's a crazy situation. I know a lot of us is dealing with that because just about everybody is dating somebody or meeting somebody that and they got kids. It's pretty much hard to date out here these days, you know what I'm saying, or anything else without meeting somebody that already have kids. So when you get yourself into those situations, it's, you know, what do y'all do? Because like I said, me personally, I'm more of a, you know, I'm more of a verbal type person. I don't think that I'm gonna whoop somebody else's kids unless I'm drawing. You know, they gotta really put it out of me. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, I'm trying to, you know, stay calm and stay in my lane. Let's see. Darisha says she's not the type to put her hands on anybody else's kids, but she'll talk to them. And the last time somebody left her alone with their kids, what you do? You gonna make a phone call. She gonna tell them to come pick them up. Let's see what Keisha talking about. Answer my kids well behaved. Yeah, your kids way well behaved for you, Keisha, but they might not be for the next person. Let's see what you talking about, Netta. Well, my husband has other kids, but me, his wife, I talk to the kids, to the BMs, but after that, okay, okay. Got some reasonable answers. If they act up, I whoop. Keisha said she'll whoop her when she get home. Shoot, the kids might be to terrorize that man by the time you get home. They might have him strung up, all because he was scared to whoop him. Nah, but for real though. But yeah, that's just like a crazy situation. Like I said, I've dated people with kids and things like that, and I've never had to whoop anybody else's kids. You know, talking to them and stuff like that is the most I've ever had to do. I never really try to put my hands on nobody else's kids just because I don't want the drama. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for me, you know, like I said, I rarely have to whoop my own kids because they already know I don't play no games. I would get the belt and get the spanking. So I'm laughing at another comment. He crazy. But yeah, man, that's just. I mean, it's common courtesy. I think is when you get married though. I think when it's more of a marriage situation, it's not a boyfriend girlfriend situation anymore. When y'all married, like I think that the husband or wife should have the you know what I'm saying the right to discipline the child because you know what I'm saying now they're a parent, a step parent. You know what I'm saying? And by you marrying this person, you kind of get them rights to discipline your child. I ain't saying that they should beat the hell out of your kids, but I'm just saying they should have a right to discipline the child because they're going to be spending a lot of time with them. You know, you may be off at work, they may get dropped off for the weekends, all those things. Y'all going to be doing family events and things like that together. So I think definitely when it comes to marriage, um, your significant other should be able to discipline your child within reason, though. Because some people, we see it all the time. Some people get out of hand. Some people don't know how to discipline kids. We see these kids getting shaken and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Beat to death and everything like that. So we know that ain't cool, and we know that it happens. But I'm just talking about the stuff for within reason. That what's a reasonable level of discipline for your significant other, your spouse or husband or wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, when it comes to your kids. I'm always out of fear by talking. Yeah, yeah. Everybody different. Everybody's different. Everybody's different in how they would discipline somebody else's kids. So you definitely got to be careful with that, man. Like I said, it's a touchy subject, and everybody's not gonna definitely treat the situation the same. Okay, tough love, yeah, tough love can work too. Sometimes you might get that. Your significant other might have a wild or unruly teenager, and you got to help them deal with that teenage child and whatever it is that they going through. From running away from home, acting up in school, bad grades, all those different things. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to be involved and show that you care, and giving tough love and things like that definitely helps some of those situations. But some kids, you can't, not even tough love. It's just, I don't know. They might be lost. You don't want to give up, but they just might be lost. So, but we gonna move on to the next topic. Let's see what we want to talk about now. So, fellas, what do y'all think about, or how do y'all feel about your woman making more money than you? If you feel threatened by your woman making more money than you, or I don't know, I don't feel threatened. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I can go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? I got hustle in me, so I don't feel threatened if my woman make more money than me. Not by far. But some people feel like if the woman makes more money than them, then she can run the household, or she wear the pants, or she got more say so over what y'all do in the house, or you know what I'm saying? Or some people feel, emasculated because the woman brings in more money than them. But you have to look at the situation. She might have, a degree or something like that, or been at her job longer, or you never know what the situation is to why the woman is making more money in the relationship. But how do y'all feel about that? Like I don't have no kind of feel about it for real. Like I'm not bothered by it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if my woman making more money than me, that's just more money coming into the household. Cause I'm gonna make money regardless. I might not make the salary she make, but believe me, I ain't gonna be far from it either. So, but a lot of guys are intimidated by a woman that makes more money than them. So, and women, how do y'all feel if y'all make more money than your man? Do y'all feel a certain kind of way? Do y'all feel like y'all got to carry him? Do y'all feel like he need to get up to your level because you bring in more money than him? Like, how do y'all feel about making more money than your significant other? Anyway, oh yeah, we live right now. Like I said, you already know y'all watching my live. You can watch me on Podcast Detroit's website. I'm in Studio 3 broadcasting, so you can also get the audio after the show and listen to the audio as well. And it'll be posted on my website, Dome City Music and Entertainment, this weekend, or at least by Monday. So, but definitely like and share this live and get other people involved in the conversation. But leave them because the woman's supposed to be the rib of your body. So give her that chance to do what you do taking care of each other and different, I guess. I feel you. I feel you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how you look at the situation. Like some people, you say 50-50 and they like, nah, the man's supposed to pay all the bills and pay the rent and do this and do that. It depends. Like gender roles done change from 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the 1960s or none of that anymore. We in the new millennium, 2017. So gender roles are almost equal, if not, you know what I'm saying, a little heavy sided on the women's side, because women are making more progress, more women are getting degrees, more women are becoming CEOs, more women are taking control and running things. So there are a lot of more women in powerful positions and making a lot more money now than ever. So, for a lot of guys, they just don't have that will to get the education necessarily to move up in corporate America or whatever kind of job system it is to where, they making more money. But then you got a lot of guys, they might be coming home from prison or something, or maybe, they was in the streets or anything else. And just, trying to figure out their way, good person and everything like that, but doesn't have um, a six-figure income or salary or something like that to compete with their significant other. I don't think a man should, feel less of a man because he make less than his woman, not by any means, but, a lot of people have problems with that. A lot of people, like I said, feel emasculated. A lot of people don't feel like a man. A lot of men don't feel like a man. But I would love to have a woman take care of me. I mean, like, not like in a sugar mama sense, but, if she picked up my slack, fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as we doing it together. That's the main thing I look at is that we should be doing it together, whatever we doing, no matter if she makes a couple more dollars than me or not. So, I mean, if I make more money than her, I ain't going to throw it in her face like, girl, I make more money than you. This is my house. I'm running. I'm paying these bills and all this. You going to do what I say. So what Lynetta's saying, so more if you make more than your lady or your wife, I want to take care of you like you doing me. Right. Everybody wish they could get the same thing, for somebody to be an equal partner. You know what I'm saying? But we all know in life it's hard to get an equal partner. Like, it's just some things is not gonna work because of work schedules and life skills and all that. Like, every woman can't cook, every man can't cook, everybody know how to clean properly. There's all different variables that you can throw in there that's not gonna make the situation 50-50. But we talk about from a monetary standpoint, like what a man should his job should be, but also just how he should feel if he's in a situation where his woman is making more money than him. Like I said, I wouldn't feel emasculated, but I know a lot of men out there probably would, and I've heard a lot of men, talk about situations like that. But it's like, if you find out your woman make more money than you, or the woman you date make more money than you, you got a choice. You're either gonna deal with it, or you're gonna try and make more money, or you not gonna date her. You're gonna lose the love of your life because she make a couple more dollars than you or more salary or something than you. I mean, like, is it that serious? It could be for some people out there. It ain't that serious for me, but for some people, it could definitely be that serious. So you definitely want to be careful in those situations. But what's up, Lauren? I see you tuned in. I want to hear more from the women. I want to hear from the fellas out there too. I ain't none of the fellas chiming in and really commenting on that. And I want to hear from y'all. Like, how would you feel if your woman made more money than you? And would it be a problem in your household if your woman, brung home more money than you? Do you feel like because she makes more money than you that she gets more of a say-so on decision making in the household? That she wears the pants in the family? That, how does that make you feel as a man? I want to see some of the fellas comment. work to get her, work to get her. How can you show your kids if you don't do your part? You can't if you're not doing your part. Like I said, you don't have to be making the same amount of money, but you need to be doing something, bringing in some money, and still doing your thing around the household. You know, money ain't everything. You know, you still need to, be able to fix stuff when, what I'm saying, it breaks down and things like that in the house. I mean, all those different things. So there's a lot of there's a lot of other ways you definitely can be helpful in the household if it ain't, a monetary value. You still can be a man in your household even though you don't bring home as much money as your woman. So there's a lot of things that your woman is not going to do. She's not going to fix no plumbing. She's not going to change too many light bulbs. She's not going to fix the washing machine or, those types of things. You know what I'm saying? Those are man things. So if your woman doing all that type of stuff, you might need to put on a dress. If she more masculine than you in those areas, So those are things you might want to look at. But me personally, like I said, I'm not offended at all about a woman that makes more money than me, because I, know personally I can get to her level, or I can be content where I'm at, but still do the things necessary to still be the man in the household. So, like I said, some people put a lot of weight on money. I don't, but everybody's situations are different. So a lot of us want people to meet us halfway, and a lot of people, that your significant other can't really meet you halfway. It's just not plausible for them to do it. Because of what they earned, or because of their job field, or whatever the case may be. So, but where the fellas at, man? Ain't none of the cats. None of the fellas really comment on the line. It's all ladies comment on the live, man. I don't know where y'all at. Y'all gonna be watching the recap. They gonna be watching the recap, watching the video, commenting in, and they ain't even gonna be live no more. They be like, man, see, this is what I would do. See, my woman, she ain't gonna make more money than me, and I run the house and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, I'm giving y'all a chance to comment on the live now. But what you say, some boys in my house? But hell, if I don't do that, dang it, But yeah, I mean, if you got 7 boys in the crib, I mean, your husband has to teach them how to be men, and you have to teach them how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? So you can't wait on them. Like, at a certain point, I understand when they're young, yeah, you're going to be mommy. But as they get to a certain point, you have to show them, like, look, I'm a woman, and this is how you treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm mommy, but you need to learn how to treat a woman. So that's, Lynetta, that's what you can do in your household with the young men as they come up to be young boys as they turn into young men, and your husband can, reaffirm that, and, with his teaching. So he definitely should be, reaffirming anything that you telling them about how to treat a woman, and just being, being a man and becoming a man. So, but yeah, y'all gender roles is definitely different in that household. But you got a lot of men in your household, so that's definitely different. Man, I need to get some girls in there. I don't know, that's a lot of guys. So a lot of masculinity in that household. Yeah, definitely. You want to teach them, what not to do. I mean, you're a woman, you know how you want to be treated, how you would want a man to treat you. So you definitely have to, give them those skills and teach them that. And like I said, your husband should reaffirm that. Like, he should be showing them how to be a man and how to be, romantic. But a man doesn't always know, but a woman do. Women definitely know what romance is, what love is, tenderness, caring, and all that. Those are emotions that a lot of men don't always display. So if they don't see that from their father, then you know what I'm saying, you as the mother, you're gonna have to display those things and um, open up those ideas to them as far as being, you know what I'm saying, caring and expressing themselves to women and things like that. Because otherwise, if all they see is rough and gruff and all, that's how they're gonna turn out. They're not gonna, know how to treat a woman. They'll be like, oh, that's for sissy. I ain't buying no flowers. What you mean open the doors and all that type of stuff? So you can show them common courtesies. Well, when they only see it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it this way. A lot of times we only get teachings from one of our parents. A lot of parents don't necessarily know how to express emotions and stuff like that. See, your husband might never experience that growing up himself, how to communicate his feelings and his emotions and things like that. So it's gonna be hard for him to teach his sons, you know, how to express themselves like that. So the thing is that the as the woman in the house, you're gonna have to show them. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna probably have to show him as well, because evidently he don't know how to express those feelings, and he's not gonna be able to show the boys how to express those feelings or how to be a man. So that's something that, as a mother, because they say the boy's first love is his mother. So from a mothering standpoint, that's what you're gonna have to do. Uh, you good, you good. Just, what I'm saying, keep hope alive. Keep focusing on, like I said, raising, young gentlemen and not a bunch of, little roughnecks. So you gotta try, because if you don't try, then you never, what I'm saying, you never know what happened. But you can be that deciding factor, that voice that changes their perception on how to treat a woman, and they'll have better, interactions with women growing up, period. So definitely don't give up on it. Keep doing what you're doing, and what I'm saying, you ain't alone doing it, but you're gonna have to talk to your husband, and you're gonna have to, get him to show his softer side and help you on that. So yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, I definitely grew up. My dad definitely didn't show me, how to treat a woman coming up, and the things that I learned, I learned different things from different people on the street, the different OGs and that you come in contact with in life, people like that, they tell you, this is what you need to do, and this how you win a woman over, and so I had those kind of people giving me, tips and things like that. I didn't necessarily have that straightforward from my father, so. But I learned. I mean, everybody knows from right and wrong, and everybody knows how they want to be treated. So, if you don't want nobody treating you like shit, and, what I'm saying, doing you wrong, you're not going to do that to them. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn. We're going to bump our heads a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, growing up, I probably messed over a lot of good women, but not knowing that's what I was doing, you know what I'm saying, at the time, because I really didn't understand, how they felt about me. I didn't understand love and things like that. That didn't come into play till, later down the line. And once you get your heart broke and all those different things, and, you go through that, then you got to understand it of, wow, I made somebody feel like this. Because when somebody make you feel like shit, and if you made somebody feel like that, you never want to do that again. Like, that's the most horrible thing. So definitely, you got to keep going as a mother, and keep, being positive and doing whatever you can do to, instruct them on how to treat a woman. Because I didn't get that from neither one of my parents, you know what I'm saying? And, not to say it was necessarily their fault, but they probably didn't know how to express those things either, from their upbringing. So it started at home. So you got to start it. That's the only way. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So at some point in their life, they can look back and be like, you know what, my mama told me, that a woman love this, that, and the third, and hopefully they get a woman that respects the things that they do for her. You know what I'm saying? Respect that, they open the door and buy flowers and they, romantic and take her out on romantic dates and do all those different things, you know what I'm saying, and understand what it is and why they should do it, because everybody don't. And everybody don't know how to express those feelings and stuff. I still, to this day, have a hard time, you know what I'm saying, expressing those kind of feelings and things like that. So, it ain't easy. Definitely ain't easy. But let's see. What else we want to talk about? Let me see. But keeping in oh, you welcome. But keeping in lieu with talking about, kids and family, I don't know, like, I'm scared for my daughter to start driving. Like, my daughter just turned 12. My oldest daughter just turned 12. And I remember getting my license at 15, because you could still get your license at 15 when I first got my license. So kids learning to drive, like, it's crazy, because it seems like the kids today don't got no kind of focus. Like, they all in their phones, they paying attention to their friends and stuff like that. I just, it's scary to see them on the road or getting on the road, and then they all seem so small, like they can barely sit over the wheel or something like that, or I don't know. So what do y'all think about these kids, man? Driving, getting their license and stuff like what is the legal age for driving now? I don't even know. Like, can you get your license at 16 or 17 now, or you got to get a restricted license? Like, what is the law for kids now? Because I'm scared to be on the road next to some of these kids, because they texting and driving and doing all this stuff. And I text and drive too, but I pay attention to the road too. I'll set my phone on a little holder or whatever the case is. I don't be looking down from the road. And, I voice text a lot too. So, but what do y'all think about y'all teenage kids getting their license and starting to drive, and you got to put them on your insurance, and they want to drive your car to prom, they want to take the car out for the weekend and go hang out with their friends and all that stuff? Are parents doing that? Are people still doing that? Because I don't know. I don't know none of my friends that got a teenage driver that I know of. So, how do y'all rate y'all kids driving, and do you feel comfortable? Do you make them check in every hour? Things like that, because I don't know, these kids just seem different. They just seem so off when it comes to paying attention to the right things. It seems like they just be off in social media world and watching videos and doing all types of shit other than paying attention to the road. So if you got a teenage driver or niece, nephew, baby cousin, something like that that's young and they out there driving, like, what's going on with kids and their license today? Like, do they have to wait till they 16, 17? What's the different levels that they going through right now for driving? Because I'm totally lost. Like, I'm going to have to, I got, like I said, like 3-4 years before my child will even be driving. So, I do the research then. But I want to see what y'all going through out there now as far as with y'all kids and driving. Let's see. Invite some more people to the live feed here. Just trying to get them up. I said a lot of people probably gonna watch this later. Just invite more people to the live feed. Cause yeah, like I said, I don't have no teenage driver, so I don't know what's going on out there as far as having your kids drive. Like, it's just a spooky thought to me. Like, you behind the wheel, and your phone going off and you trying to text your friend and you're driving and all I see is accidents and all that type of stuff. So what are y'all dealing with out there? I know I got more friends with teenage kids driving than that. Mm. Well, let's talk about something we can always talk about. Trump. What's going on with Trump? So I was watching actually I was reading an article and it said that basically they came to it wasn't even a stalemate. They voted not to impeach Trump. Like they were going to go through impeachment proceedings, and they decided not to impeach him. And there was a lot of the Democrats pushed the vote to keep him in office. So I'm like, we fought so hard supposedly not to get him in office as Democrats, and here it is, y'all want to keep him in office now. So what's going on? What is Trump doing behind the scenes that he won over, the Democratic vote in the House to not be impeached? So, I mean, or, what I'm saying, were they really just trying to keep him in there so that they can rag on him and say, oh, well, this was y'all president and he did this and this is what happened and blah, blah, blah. Because that's basically what the Republicans did when President Obama left office. All they tried to do was Trump himself tried to pick at everything that President Obama did when he was in office, and then he came in trying to repeal everything that President Obama had put in order. So that's crazy in itself right there. So you look at it, you like, whoa, what's really going on in our country, Trump out here trying to get wars started with North Korea and places. It's just too much stuff going on, so. And if every time you look up in the news, he making an ass of himself or doing what he want to do. He just, got in office and he just doing whatever the hell he want to do. So it's like, what's going on? Why didn't we impeach him if we had the chance to impeach him? And why did Democrats vote so heavily against impeaching him? I'm still trying to understand that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jimmy? I see you tuned in. That's real crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump has done nothing, and I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, but he's done nothing but bring the worst out of some of the worst people in the country. I don't know if he was trying to bring, these people to the head and make them, show their bigotry and racistness and everything else, to expose them or what. You never know what this guy's doing, you know. I can't really say. Like, I question his every move because from what I know of Trump over the years and what I'm seeing now, like, this is a totally different person, because you could see him in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, things like that, doing business deals with peoples of all walks of life, from African Americans to, Arab Americans and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, he's anti-Muslim. He's bringing all these different hate groups to the head, He's talking about making America great again when America has never been great. And if we honest with ourselves, America was built on what? Immigrants. Everybody that's here, family, ancestors, either migrated or was taken from their homeland or wherever you want to say and brought to this country or escaped their country from tyranny and the throne and whatever else and came over here. So this is the melting pot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes America America, because you have so many different nationalities of people and walks of life that all, make up American culture. So when you have somebody that's against, you know what I'm saying, that. Like, how could you be against that? You know, if you give every last person in America a DNA test, everybody's background is going to be mixed. Everybody's background is going to be from somewhere else. There's no DNA that's going to say that they're strictly from America. They have no other ancestral background. They have no other DNA makeup that makes them essentially from the continent of North America. It's not going to happen. Not even natives, not even the indigenous people of this land. You know what I'm saying? Their DNA is not going to say that they're only specifically from North America. So when you see all these different hate groups and everything like out there protesting and talking about they pure this and pure that, nobody's pure anything. It's just not true. Nobody's pure anything. Everybody's mixed with something in their ancestry, whether they believe it or not. So when I see all this bigotry and stuff like that, I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, just, send him to Ancestry.com and watch how surprised he is. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's, like I said, pure anything. But like I said, I don't know if that was Trump's angle to bring out, you know what I'm saying, the bigotry and the hating people and bring it to the masses so we can identify who these people are and everything like that. Or is he really, you know what I'm saying, this person that he's portraying to be, and he really feels the way he feels. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, like I said, he's done business with people of all walks of life in the past and recently, up until the point, to where he ran for president, and he didn't even think he was going to get elected. And then you look at all the things that he's done since he's got elected, and it's just like, is it him doing this? Is he being controlled or being, you know what I'm saying? Like, is somebody behind him pressing the buttons, pulling the strings, and he's just the face of this group of people who, want to run this country a certain kind of way? I mean, it's so many different possibilities. Like, you don't know. You don't know. And I'm not finna sit up and theorize about everything that's going on. I'm just looking at the facts from what I see and what I know and what I've seen over the years. And a lot of the stuff just don't make sense to me. So, but every day he's in the news doing something. He's done this, he's done that. And he's got away with a lot of stuff. So, but the craziest thing, like, we've been talking about, we've touched on this probably about every episode since it came out. All of the different allegations in Hollywood, which is real crazy because a lot of people are losing jobs. A lot of people losing jobs. A lot of people are you know what I'm saying, out of work because of an allegation. And it's like, why not get the proof first before you fire these people? Because it could just be somebody jumping on the bandwagon saying, hey, well, I was touched, or hey, I was raped, or hey, I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, people losing their job on speculation alone. And it's like, let's get some fact and some credibility behind what's going on before we jump to conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to make a fool out of everybody. I mean, we look at, you know what I'm saying, you look at the situation that happened with Usher, where you had all these women coming out talking about that he gave them herpes and all this stuff. And one lady, she had contact with Usher, and it wasn't even sexual. But she said that he gave her, you know what I'm saying, he introduced her to the herpes virus or whatever the case was. And then come to find out she didn't even have herpes. But she jumped on the bandwagon of that lawsuit. And then what happens? The lawsuit eventually gets dismissed with no merit because none of the people, you know what I'm saying, that were bringing the allegations had any merit in you know what I'm saying, in their accusations. So the same thing with what's going on in Hollywood. I'm not being insensitive to people and saying things didn't happen to them, but what I'm saying is that let's make sure the people that's being accused and dragged out, you know what I'm saying, in the street are credible. because now every week we got some kind of, you know what I'm saying, star being dragged through the mud saying that they did this or did that. And a lot of this stuff is like 20 years old. And you know what I'm saying, that makes it even worse because you can remember one thing one way and force yourself to think that it happened another way because that's how you want to remember it. Um, and then, like I said, you got a lot of people that just want to jump on the bandwagon, you know, or they want to get back at somebody. What about revenge? You know, somebody might have gave somebody, you know, um, consent to do whatever, consent for sex, or you know, made sexual advances or whatever the case is, and then all of a sudden now, 20 years later, they married or something, and they don't want to be embarrassed, or they didn't want their husband or wife to find out. So now they gonna be like, oh well, that person touched me, or that person forced me to do this, or forced me to do that. And we not really looking at that. It's just like soon as the allegation comes out, we throwing people under the bus. We making, you know what I'm saying, decisions based on just on allegation alone. You know, there's no fact or anything being proven. These people ain't even been charged. You ain't been charged. You ain't even went to trial or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that somebody came out and said you did it. And we know how that plays out. I can go right now and say somebody did something to me. Don't mean it's true. I can make the accusation, and now you just ruined somebody's life because you felt some kind of way about them, or because you didn't like them, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is. And I'm just saying that for, you know, the people that are taking advantage of these opportunities to, you know what I'm saying, get back at people. You know what I'm saying? They probably gave them, you know, consent to do something at that time, and then now they want to take it back. So, you know, for the people that were truly, really, you know what I'm saying, abused or, you know, molested or fondled or something like that, and it actually happened, you know what I'm saying, I'm sorry for that. And, you know, those are not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who know damn well nothing happened to them, but they're taking advantage of this opportunity to come out and ruin people's lives because that's just what they want to do. Or they want some kind of credibility or sympathy, or, you know, they looking to make a story, or they want to be on some kind of talk show or something, you know, to tell their story like, hey, yeah, I was at a party and XYZ happened and, you know, I didn't like it. And you just like, okay, you know, did that really happen? You know, you got to think back 20 years ago. A lot more party drugs, a lot more stuff going on, a lot more things happening. So you got to definitely look at these allegations on a case by case basis, and I would definitely try and see what has merit and what doesn't. You know, some people are traumatized and they don't want to come out and speak about it and all that stuff, and you know they might have held it in, but it seems like it's becoming bandwagonish because you look at the Bill Cosby situation, like that was just crazy because it went from what, like initially between 2 and 5 women that came out, and the next thing you know, Bill Cosby got 40 women, 50 women accusing him of, you know, rape, misconduct, molestation, all this stuff. Is like, that's crazy. For that many women to come out, it's like, what the hell was Bill Cosby doing? Like, it ain't that much roofing somebody in the world for, you know, every last one of these women. Like, come on. Like, we know, I'm not taking up for Bill Cosby, but what I'm saying is just like, that's crazy. And the fact that nobody came out sooner, like why wait 30, 40 years later to come out about something that you should have been spoke out about, that you should have been, you know what I'm saying, avid about. And what I'm hearing about in Hollywood is like a lot of people know about these things, these parties, and people groping people and that's just how, such and such is. They get a couple of drinks and they get touchy-feely and all that type of stuff. But if you know this, you need to let people know. That need to be public knowledge or whatever. But instead, you got all these people out here, losing jobs and lives being torn apart. And a lot of it has no merit. A lot of it is baseless. A lot of it is, just accusations. So I think we need to do more investigating, getting to the bottom to a lot of these situations before, changing somebody's life. See, there's a guy who says Trump is exposing Pizzagate. Now I'm not 100% informed on all the dealings, but there's senators, mayors, celebrities. In recent times, whom are retiring, stepping down from Congress, and Trump is behind it. I can believe that. But how much of it is true, I don't know. But I could believe that, he definitely shedding the light and bringing the light to a lot of different stuff that's going on. Definitely that. But I guess we got to wait to see what the outcome is. Like I said, especially with this, the vote on the impeachment, that all these Democrats voted to keep him in office. So something going on, and they didn't want him in office at first, but they voted to keep him in office. So it's something, he's got some kind of agenda, and I guess we'll see it over the next 4 years because he's not getting impeached right now. So, because they voted against it. So I guess we'll see. He might turn out to be better than what we thought, or he might let us down. We don't know. We got to wait and see. I don't think any president can get worse than Bush Jr., but we'll see. We'll see. So definitely on that. I don't know. But all the protesting that we did for him not to be the president, like none of that stuff worked. Like we protested him being in office. We did nonviolent. We did all these different protests and things, and none of it worked. People signed petitions and everything. So I wonder how much that stuff actually makes a difference now. Back in the day, you could protest something and, you could see some results. But nowadays, we got a lot of protesting and marching and things going on, and they're like, you don't see no result. We don't get results. We're not getting results by doing all this nonviolent protesting and walking up and down the streets and things like that. Like, if we're going to protest, we need to get results. It need to be more than a conversation. And I'm not saying we need to get violent or nothing like that, but we need to protest to where we're getting some results. We need to get something on the agenda. Like, I feel like the citizens in Michigan definitely need to protest our insurance laws. We got some laws on the ballot, and they get up to the House and get vetoed because it's a racket. I feel like the insurance game in Michigan is a racket, from health insurance to auto insurance. And as long as they keep making us have insurance and keep making laws for us to have insurance and pay these crazy deductibles and crazy monthly insurance payments and stuff like that, that's how it's going to be. Like, the people in Michigan definitely need to get together, band together, and get these insurance laws changed. They was only looking for a 30% decrease in the premiums for insurance when we should be looking at like 50%, or overhauling our whole, insurance structure. Maybe we need to go to, at-fault insurance where everybody pays already for things that's going to happen, so we get lower rates. Michigan won't put a cap on what you can get for medical benefits. And that's what it is because they're like, well, if somebody gets injured in an accident by a drunk driver or somebody else and, their insurance won't cover all the medical bills and things like I understand all of that. I understand that. But we need to find a way that everybody doesn't have to pay for that. That everybody doesn't have to pay for another person's mistake that, what I'm saying, it makes all our insurance premiums crazy high. Like you look at car notes today, car notes between $200 and $300, and insurance is between $200 and $300. Like I don't know anybody that pays under $100 for insurance. Nobody, not one person. In other states, you can fully insure 2 to 3 vehicles for $150 a month. And people are like, oh, well, that's out in the country. No, this is, city areas in other states. And like, oh, well, they don't got auto theft and all. Well, states with auto theft and stuff like that need to have cheaper insurance. The more people insured, the more coverage people are going to have. And you have to worry less about people getting in accidents and not having no insurance at all. And they driving off from the scene and getting into another accident because they running from the police or something like that. I mean, you see all the different crazy stuff that happens because of insurance in Michigan, man. It's like, really, like we need to get together, definitely protest that. We need to have an effective protest against the insurance laws in Michigan because it's ridiculous and it's getting out of hand. Me personally, I want to move to another state because I'm tired of paying high-ass insurance. Like, it's just ridiculous. We got to definitely do something about that. But this is the stuff we deal with, man. This is the stuff we deal with. And it's all because we think we either act like we don't have no choice or feel like we don't have no choice. And it's like, what are you going to do? Well, we're going to protest. Duh. But how? We need to put together a plan. We can't just march blindly and hope that something's going to change. We got to put together a plan of action and execute it on what we're going to do to get the laws changed. What we're going to do to get things, get it passed through the House and all of that so they don't veto it again. We was talking about a 30% decrease in insurance premiums, and we couldn't even get that. They vetoed it at the House very quickly. So hopefully we finna get something back on the ballots. Because it's definitely crazy, man. Definitely crazy. The amount of money we have to spend on insurance. Like, it make you not even want to go out and get a new car. Make you not want to drive at all. But public transportation ain't reliable. And there's only so many Ubers and Lyft that you can catch. So definitely, man. What else was going on this week? Let's see. In music, we know that Dipset is back together because we've been reporting on that weekly. They got a new EP coming out. You can watch Jim Jones's interview on The Breakfast Club. You can watch Cam interview on The Breakfast Club. Both of them got some pretty interesting interviews. They've been on the new version of TRL that's out. If y'all didn't know that TRL was back. Cam has a new mixtape called The Program. I listened to it. Nice. Definitely original Cam. He ain't lost a step. He doing Cam on it. Jim Jones got his first project coming out on Rock Nation real soon. He finishing that up. Let me see. We had the Mace diss track on Cam that came out almost 2 weeks ago now, called The Oracle. And Cam basically dissected that whole thing, and it pretty much was baseless. Like, a lot of the stuff that Mace was saying in the song wasn't even true. Never happened. Sounded good. A good diss track. Sounded dope. Just wasn't true. Oh, what we have on that? Um, what else is going on music wise? We talked about Russell Simmons on last week's show. He's got an allegation that just came out. Well, not even allegations. He actually said he did. Two women actually came out and said that he basically raped them, and he's since then stepped down as the CEO of his companies, his own companies that he founded. He stepped down to focus on, I guess, basically doing some kind of forgiveness program or intervention or something. Programs focused on, because he said he didn't feel that what one of the young ladies said happened the way she said it happened. He admitted that it happened, but he said it didn't happen that way, and he apologized to her for the way that he made her feel. But at the same time, her allegation is basically that you forced me to have sex with you. I didn't like it, but I didn't think I had a choice. So we reported on that on last week's show. Let's see, we went over a lot of different things, a lot of different topics, a lot of great topics, man. Like I said, this is just the pilot season. We testing the market to see how y'all like this. I definitely want to keep doing it. I enjoy doing it. We want to take this a step further in the new year, make it bigger and better, and definitely get the audience more involved, and streamline the show and make a lot of changes, not too many big changes, but just make it, more user-friendly with the content and things like that. You can go to my website, www.domecitymusicentertainment.com. We've got the previous episodes, the audio you can listen to on there, and we also have the previous videos up of the show that you can watch. You can also go to my YouTube page, Dome City TV, on YouTube, and watch the previous videos as well of the previous shows. We got about 5 episodes up for viewing, and 5 audio clips. So you can definitely check out the show there. Also, the Podcast Detroit app, you can get it in the iTunes, what is the iTunes store, Apple store, wherever you get your Apple apps from. You can get the app there. If you got Android, you can go into the Android market, or Google Play rather, and get the Podcast Detroit app, and you can listen to the show. Go to Dome City Radio when you open up the app and listen to the previous episodes and things there. Also on SoundClick, if you're familiar with SoundClick, I mean not SoundClick, SoundCloud. SoundClick is a site for producers. You can go on SoundCloud and go to Dome City Radio under Podcast Detroit and listen to the previous episodes as well, if you don't want to download an app or anything like that, or if you already got SoundCloud on your phone or tablet or other devices. So you can check out the previous shows and listen to the interviews we did. We had Fly Game Mike Paul to some. We had a great interview with him a few weeks ago. I think y'all will really like that episode, especially everybody that knows Fly Game Mike and listen to his music and it's been following him. And then we just had some really good episodes, man. A lot of fun doing them. Me and Jeremiah try and, keep it interesting and bring the funny. And, we've been having a lot of fun doing this. We actually got some videos, some viral videos that we're going to produce and be bringing to y'all very soon as well. So look for that in the near future. Just trying to keep the content and comments and all of that coming, and just, keep doing what we're doing, man. This is what I like to do. I'm a behind the scenes person. I like to talk. I like to discuss music, politics, and everything like that. So the radio show this is my racket, because other than that, like I'm not gonna do much rapping. You're not gonna see me in all of the videos because I like to shoot and direct the videos. So unless I put myself in a video, you're not gonna see me in all the videos and stuff like that. But you will be able to hear and see me on my podcast, and that's one of the reasons why I started this show, man. It was to, you know what I'm saying, give me an outlet to let people get familiar with who I am and what I do, and I like doing it. So definitely look for us to get bigger and better in the future with this podcast and everything that we're doing. I'm glad that I found the space down here at Podcast Detroit because this is what they specialize in to do my podcast. And I'm not sitting in a drafty basement somewhere, with low lights and all of that trying to do a podcast and, the sound quality is crap and everything. So I'm glad I found a professional space to come in and do my little radio show, man. And just follow everything that we doing. We got new music coming out. I got a few mixtapes. My artist TC Top Class. We got a new single coming at the top of the year. We got his previous project, New Heights, already out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, anywhere you can pretty much get your music. You can go there, download it. The album is called New Heights by TC Top Class, executive produced by me. We got production from Detroit Demp and Beezy on the Beats. Those are the main two producers on there. It's just a well-rounded, it's a solid project, man. We got something for everybody on there. So definitely check that out. Follow me on where I need y'all to follow me at. Y'all can follow me on my social media sites. On Facebook at DCME Stacks. That's my fan page, DJ Stacks Money. Y'all can follow me on there. A lot of the broadcasts and stuff are up on there. DJ Stacks Money on Instagram, and that's STACKZSMONEY. On IG. I'm on Snapchat, but I barely snap, so I ain't even trying to get y'all to follow me on there because I'm not that interested on Snapchat. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, it's cool to, post little pictures and stuff and all that type of thing, but, I'd rather post stuff on IG and all that, so I might start doing like some motivational snaps or some motivational IG videos, just because I'll be having some thought-provoking stuff to say, and I don't be putting it out there for real. So maybe I'll start doing some of that. I ain't trying to be, philosophical and all that type of stuff, but just, give my take on some things and maybe give people some good quotes and things to make them think, or some advice, some advice. I mean, we all can use, some advice. I'm not really an advisor, but, I've been through a lot. So I might tell you how I made it through a situation, and it might help you through your situation, So we definitely can do that. But just trying to get people to tune in, man. I want y'all to, like I said, follow me on all of my stuff. My co-host, Jeremiah Paulin, comedian Jeremiah Paulin, was sick tonight, so he couldn't make the show, so I had to come in dolo and do it, I can do it, as you can see, so it's no sweat off my shoulder, you know what I'm saying? So we got a couple more shows for this pilot season. December 22nd will probably be our last live show until the new year. We'll come back sometime in January, and the show will be a little bit different, a little bit more streamlined. We're going to try and strictly stream to maybe 2 sites. That'll probably be YouTube and Facebook for the viewers and things like that. I'm trying to figure out a way to do dual streams. I know there's a way to do it. I just got to find out if I'm able to do it from here because I'm tired of doing the live feeds from my phone. So if we can do the dual feeds from here, then maybe we'll do that way. Otherwise, I might have to strictly catch it on the YouTube because we do have the YouTube live links and stuff that we post for some of the episodes and everything. So let me see how much more time we got. Got about 15 more minutes of time, man. So what's going on out there? It's Friday night. I see a lot of y'all tuning in. Thanks for y'all tuning in and viewing the live, man. Like I said, Dome City Radio with me, the host, DJ Stacks Money, my co-host Jeremiah Parlin, comedian Jeremiah Parlin, couldn't make it tonight. I've been through a series of topics tonight. I talked about Trump. We talked about disciplining your spouse's children or girlfriend or boyfriend's children from other relationships. We talked about men feeling emasculated if the woman brings in more money to the household than him. We talked about protest, and are we protesting right? Are we protesting the right things? Are we doing all the things necessary when it comes to protest? Because it seems like protesting now just does not have the effect that it used to have in society. It's like we protesting, but we not getting nothing done. None of our demands are being met, and we're not achieving any goals. It's like we marching and walking and doing all these different protests, you know, Black Lives Matter and everything like that, but nothing is changing. You know what I'm saying? None of the things that we are protesting is getting more than a close look at, but none of the laws on the books are changing, none of the protocols, none of the policies, none of these things are changing that are going to affect the things that's happening. So we definitely need to look at protesting in our community and how we can make it more effective. You know, we definitely don't need to get violent or anything like that, but we need to figure out the people that we need to talk to, the people we need to get in touch with, and how can we get these change in these policies and things like that when we protesting, because a lot of times lately we out here protesting and it's falling on deaf ears. And the reason why it's falling on deaf ears is because there's laws and policies in place that protect police officers from being prosecuted when they do some of the things that they're doing. We know it ain't all police officers, you know what I'm saying, but we know some bad cops out there, you know. And they definitely shouldn't be wearing the badge or shield or whatnot and doing the things that they're doing, because you're supposed to protect the public, not, you know, harm the public, not kill people, and it's definitely innocent, unarmed people. So hopefully we get some policies and things changed and we can affect that. So, but that had to deal with protests that we were talking about. What else? That's pretty much everything that we touched on tonight. Like I said, I'm in here solo dolo tonight. Held it down. I can do that. We are on every Friday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're getting ready to shut it down in a minute here, so almost 9 o'clock. I might end it a little bit early, but like I said, we got 2 more shows left in December 2017. We're going to go the 15th and the 22nd. That'll be our last podcast, December 22nd, 2017. We'll be back in January of 2018. If you want to catch all the previous shows, like I said, you can go to my website, domecitymusicentertainment.com, catch the previous episode video, or you can listen to the audio. Both of them are posted on the website. You can check those out. They're also on my YouTube page, Dome City TV. Let's see what else we got going. And just stay tuned, man. If you follow me, you know that, like I said, we're doing music. TC Top Class, new single will be coming out top of the year. I'm not sure exactly what month we're going to drop it, but we're going to drop it at the top of the year. If you haven't heard his first project, New Heights, you can go anywhere you can stream music. Anywhere you can stream music. From Google to Amazon to Pandora, Tidal, Spotify, whatever it is, Slacker Music, wherever you get your music from, you can find the album New Heights by TC Top Class there. Check it out, give it a listen, support the music. If you're not going to buy it, at least stream it, you know what I'm saying, and we appreciate the support. Like I said, I like it. It's a well-rounded album. I executive produced it. The production on the album was done by Detroit Demp and Beezy on the Beats, a.k.a. Tim Bell. So definitely check out that project, man. And we also got a video for one of the singles called I'm Lit. You can find that on our YouTube page. You can go to my page, and you can find the links for the video for that. You can also go on my fan page on Facebook at DCME Stacks. That's STACKZS. And I got a lot of the videos and songs and things posted on there. So just stay tuned, and we're going to keep giving y'all content. Me and Jeremiah got some new viral videos and stuff coming out really soon, probably by the top of the year. 2018, we'll be releasing those. So we just, keep tuning in, man. Like I said, December 22nd, 2017 will be our last show for this year. And then y'all can catch us, we'll be back in 2018 in January. And we're going to keep on doing this and keep on bringing y'all content and talk about the things y'all want to talk about. If you got show ideas or you want to be on the show, you can reach me at djstacksmoney@gmail.com. That's DJ STACKZSMONEY@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to advertise on the show, if you want us to rate your music, we can do all of those different things for you. All you got to do is hit me up in the email, let me know what what you got. And like I said, if you got show ideas or topics or things that you want us to discuss, we can do that as well. Hit me on the Gmail for that as well. Like I said, I created this platform as a way to, communicate with the people in my community and discuss the things that we really need to discuss. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of new things in the future that we're going to discuss, like healthcare, financial literacy. We're going to cover all those things in 2018, so stay tuned. And I'll see y'all on the next show, Friday, December 15th, 7 to 9. We'll be back here. My co-host, Jeremiah Parlin, will be back by then. He was under the weather tonight. So I will see y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in. Dome City Radio.